Thank you, Father Kelly, Father Becker, Reverend Fathers, Yanni visitors, Mr. and Mrs. Lavore, St. Hubert's crew, and my brothers. I don't mean to interrupt the Salve Regina, but it's my joy to talk to you today about my priest hero, priest of the Diocese of Des Moines, Father John Acree, former spiritual director here at St. John Vianney, the man the affirmation board is named after, the inspiration for the sleep challenge, and the brute force that once in his 70s broke a Bowflex. Yes, he broke a Bowflex. Father Acree is probably the most masculine man I know. He's shown me and so many other men that we have a purpose in life. I'm going to just say this bluntly because Father Acree would say it bluntly. We're not just, society tells us sometimes that we're just pigs, that all we're, as men, that all we should go after is the pleasures of this world, but we're made for so much more. And in the words of one of his favorite spiritual authors, John Eldridge, we have a battle to fight, an adventure to live, and a beauty to rescue. And for Father Acree, that beauty is the church. He's an incredibly well-rounded man, and there's so much more that meets the eye. He's a skinny, gray-haired man with the little hair that he has left. He's soft-spoken, he's simple, he's sincere, he's a humble man just from Iowa. But he carries to the world, that doesn't mean anything, but it's one of the greatest gifts to be from Iowa. But he carries a gravitas like no other person I know. And one time, Father Kelly told us on our third-year retreat that when you enter a room, you should be a thermostat, not a thermometer. You shouldn't take on the temperature of the room. You should set the temperature of the room. That's what Father Acree does with the love of Christ. He's a jokester. There's many pranks in the repertoire of Father Acree. He's an outdoorsman. He's a former construction worker. He's an avid reader. He's very intelligent, but he's also super humble, and you'd probably never know how intelligent he was because he's just a simple, sincere guy. He's approachable, and he's easy to like. But the more you get to know him, the more that you see how special he is. So what I've listed to you is reasons that Father Acree is my hero as a man, but there's a reason he's my priest hero. St. John Vianney says that the priest is the love of the heart of Jesus Christ. That's what Father Acree is. More than anyone else, Father Acree has revealed to me the love of Jesus' heart. And words can't describe the effect of my life, and I don't think words should be able to describe the effect. Words shouldn't be able to contain the love that God has for his people. And that's been shown to me through Father Acree. Father Acree is a good shepherd. He always goes out to the peripheries to seek the lost and forgotten sheep. He's a man of affirmation. He wants people to know that they are loved. He wants to draw the best out of people, and he always does. There's a reason the affirmation board is named after him. Whenever I go home to Des Moines, he makes it a point to seek me out that we can sit down and talk. He shows me that I'm worth being sought after. He shows me the heart of God the Father in this way, that I am worth being sought after. I don't have to be impressive to Father Acree. My whole life, I've tried to be impressive to other people, but Father Acree sees through this BS. He's always willing to hear my confession. He's seen me at my worst. He's seen me in all my weakness, all my faults, all my sinfulness, but he loves me anyways. He loves me because God loves me. He loves me, and he loves every other person he's come in contact with because they are beloved sons and daughters of the Father. To receive that love from Father Acree, to know that the Father has inexpressible joy whenever he looks at me, is something that I can't put into words, and it's going to be, whenever I try, I fail. But what I want to say is that he is a priest that is not his own. He lives his life as a continual sacrifice, and he's going to die with his boots on. He is a stubborn man, and all he wants to do is spread the love of God, and in his words, kick butt with love. But he doesn't actually say kick butt, but I don't want to scandalize anybody. Father Acree is my priest hero because he reminds me of who I am, and he reminds so many other people of who they are. He reminds me that I'm a beloved son of God, that I'm worth dying for, even if I suck sometimes. I'm worth dying for, and he shows me that. And he shows me that, and he shows so many other people that every single day in the way that he lives his life for the people of God. He's reminded me and so many other men of who we really are. He does this through a simple way. He shows this. He doesn't just tell it. He tells us, but he shows us. He shows us that we are not insignificant boys that just go from pleasure to pleasure, but in his words, we are tender-hearted warriors who are capable of laying down our lives for something greater than ourselves, just like he has done every day. For this reason, if someone were to tell me at the end of my life that I'm a priest after Father Acree's own heart, it would be the greatest affirmation I could ever receive. Now I know, as Kyle said in his own priest hero talk, that we're called to be our own priest. I'm not called to be Father John Acree. I'm called to be Father Benjamin Baker, God willing. But it'd be the greatest affirmation because I would know that people would see in me the love of the heart of Jesus that so many people have seen in Father Acree. The love that the world is desperate for. Praise be Jesus Christ.